Dr. Anita, what did you think about this week's show?
Dr. Yan is incredible. What a humble woman of God. She has so many degrees. She has a beautiful family, an incredible husband that she gets to work with, and it's working. And I am just so impressed by just her backstory, by the person that she is, and for how many women that she has helped. Like, such an incredible ministry and mission that she has to really help people get aligned and on track with even what God calls them to do. So it's just been incredible. It's my honor and my privilege to have spoken with Dr. Yan and to have her on our show, Ministry on Mission.
Yes, I'm so excited to have her back. Hello, Dr. Yan. Welcome to the After Show.
Thank you, Dr. Tomesha and Dr. Anita. You ladies are amazing and you're doing amazing things through God. And I am just honored to be a part of your show again. So thank you.
Well, we are definitely honored to have you. Such an amazing story. You were telling us some more about like your family history and how you went from here to there. Can you like just give us the recap
Sure.
again about that story and how you believe that God led you from one point in your life into the other one and how he like orchestrated that for you?
Right. I know. Absolutely. I know I mentioned that when you had asked about, transitioning from living in Canada to the United States. And I started sharing with you a little bit about my history with my parents. My dad immigrated in the 1970s to Canada, but via Honduras, I mentioned. And when he was in Honduras for several years before he actually got to Canada, he met some friends who became lifelong friends, actually. And I mentioned to you that the daughter is still great friends with my mom. So and it was amazing that she or all these friends, it wasn't just one family, but it was several families. They shared all about the church, which was St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Windsor, Ontario. And they shared with my dad specifically because he had immigrated first. So they shared with him about the church, about how the pastor was helping a lot of immigrants from China into like settling into the city, learning English, or and also just kind of maybe finding work or finding a place to live, and just really guiding them from really a completely different country that they had come from to another completely different country that they were going to hopefully establish their lives, there. So and I was sharing with you both that really, when you asked about when I came to the United States from Canada, I mean, my transition to school here and to life here was so small compared to what my dad and my mom had gone through. But with the with God's love and guidance, they were able to get through all of that. They found work. My dad was a chef for, 38 years. My mom worked a little bit as a waitress, but mostly was a stay-at-home mom. But they really helped me through school. That was their mission. That was their love for me. I'm an only child, so they were able to help me through school. But I owe so much to them. But also, it was amazing. Their love was also conveyed through, of course, through the love of the Lord. I mentioned that if my parents never immigrated to Canada, I don't think we would be talking together right now. I don't think we would have a chance to really learn about Christianity and about Jesus Christ and about the Lord, because there's not as much or really slim opportunities in China to learn about, Jesus. So it was amazing where this has taken my family. And I was just sharing also that to my children the other day, and I'm like, they are blessed to be at Westside Christian Academy. They're blessed to be at local church. They wouldn't have these opportunities to even learn about the gospel or learn about the Lord if my dad and my mom never met, that pastor or that church, or never really had that opportunity. So I thank the Lord for all that.
Mhm.
Amen. Amen. It's amazing how God will literally order your steps, when you least expect it, he'll put people in your path that you
Mhm.
didn't know you needed. And sometimes that's a chiropractor. Like me, like I didn't know I needed a chiropractor. It's so funny because I I love your story. I just love it because it's just there's a lot there that speaks to how important family is, for one thing. And then how important it is to learn and to not just accept what you see around you and what your culture brings to you, and
Mhm.
even what your local area brings to you. Being in a field of natural medicine and homeopathic type of medicine is something that's not easily accepted in a lot of places.
Mhm.
Similarly, Christianity is not accepted in a lot of places. And I have studied a lot about persecuted Christians and people that have had a really hard time
Mhm.
coming to any other belief outside of what everybody in this community believes. And so I think even those two things kind of align themselves with your work now, being able to more freely share about the things that have helped you and how what can help other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. It seems like even thinking like being the godmother to million, the thing that really stands out to me and that really resonates with me is you all realizing the shift in your legacy because of the alignment and the divine interaction that you had.
Mhm.
And so as a doula, it's exciting because I get an opportunity to, be with families in some pivotal moments. And God has really shown me over the last few years about that role, about the importance of making sure that you stand in the gap for families and that you are providing for them what is needed in that specific instance as God shares with you really needed, and how in listening to families, how just being there, making those connections, having those resources like he
Mhm.
had for you, introducing you to a love like the love of the Lord and to a community that cares about you changes everything. And to hear how you spoke about him in the previous interview with such love, right? And such care and admiration, I see how it changes things. And just as you mentioned, Dr. Ian, talking to your children about it and them hearing it and knowing, right? Not just like,
Mhm.
oh, it's something that happened in the past, right? But being very aware and very evident of how it shifted your entire family. And the way to just hear how it pours out of your heart, it sounded even different than you talking about moving from overseas, like from China. Like to me, a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, that's so far. Who did you leave? Why did they pick who came? What is going right?" But you were like, "Yeah, we moved," but you were like, "But this is who we met." Like I want to point that out because I want people to remember that each of us literally are here with a purpose, on purpose. Like your breath matters, who you are matters. So in what we've talked about with Dr. Yan today, I want to encourage our listeners to remember to pray about the alignment of God in their lives, that they would be divinely connected with those that God has for them in this season and moving forward, to
Mhm.
truly take the steps that God has aligned for you and to stay on the path that He has for you. So, Dr. Yan, not dismissing at all just the amazing journey that your life has been. um and as I said to you before, it just extremely resonated with me, even how you continue to show the warmth and connection with the change that happened in your family because of that interaction. Like I don't know, Dr. Dear, how you feel, but that interaction. So Dr. Yan, We've heard about that. We hear about how you shift and align and change legacies continuously because, as Dr. Anita eloquently said, it's not accepted in a lot of places, just like Christianity is not accepted in a lot of places. But you still keep moving forward. You still keep sharing. You still keep adjusting from infants, but actually in utero. You still keep adjusting while they're pregnant, in the belly, all the way until they're adults. So you're seeing people on that entire continuum and shifting. So what would you say is one thing that people are extremely surprised about when they come to see you? Something they might not have expected, but were really surprised about when they come into your office.
That's a great question, Dr. Tomesha. I think probably one of the most, they'll always say, they're like, wow, that was so gentle, or wow, that was not what I expected. That was really comfortable, or I feel a lot better. That's usually what we hear. I think
you want to hear.
a lot of times they're like, wow, we didn't know what to expect, as you mentioned, or is it going to be aggressive, or is it going to hurt? But when they come in, they're like, oh, wow, that was super gentle. I feel good. I didn't expect it that way. And then, as you said, too, when they bring their children in, a lot of times these, especially new parents, they're scared. Let's be honest. They're scared. They're like, I'm bringing you my most precious little baby, and you're going to align it. And I said, yes, we're just basically, in theory, we are just helping. We're just helping to heal and restore the alignment and restore their optimal function, calm things down, because they're in our bellies for a long time. And we just want, when they're out in this beautiful world, we just want to give them a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of help, so that their bodies can be at their best. And yes, there are a lot of times they're like, wow, I didn't expect it. But once they come in and their babies are sleeping better, or they're feeding better, nursing better, they're like, or they're going to the bathroom better, they're like, oh, thank the Lord. They're like, we can, they really see. So I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of times they're like, wow. Or they'll say, as you said, I think, Dr. Tomesha, wow, like everyone's laughing in here. There's no at our office, we're usually laughing sometimes about, anything silly. Well, I'm a foodie. My dad was a chef. We talk about food all the time, but we're always laughing and engaging. A lot of our patients are women of faith, and we're engaging about everything. And as you said, exactly, alignment of their, body, but just their alignment of life and faith. And it's just amazing. We're able to do many things. But a lot of times, yes, people are like, wow, it's so comfortable in here, or it was a good experience. So we're excited when we hear that.
And I'm sure
I love, when I think
too.
about chiropractic medicine and things, one of the things that actually comes to mind is what Jesus did for us on the cross. Like, something that I hadn't really put together in my mind before is that he bore his cross. Like, he had to carry it. And can you imagine, like, what that did to his back? Like, something like just my kids carrying their book bags and all this kind of stuff to school constantly, like, it wears on you. And to like bear that cross and then to be on the cross for hours, like, his body was literally broken for us so that we could know healing. Like, to me, that is an astounding and incredible, miraculous, like, I'm running out of words, just all the things that Jesus did for us, like how he literally broke his back, broke
right like, for us,
his body for us. And that's one reason we take communion, is to remember that what was broken for us also brought us our healing. Do you get chances to talk about what you do in those kinds of levels, like maybe at church or in any other type of ministry capacity?
I've been very lucky. I mentioned that my kids go to Westside Christian Academy in Westlake, and I've been able to go in and talk to the class when they're studying, human biology, when they're studying like the skeletal system, the nervous system. I've been able to go in and share, and the kids always want to see the spine, and they all want to play with the spine toys, and they get excited. But also, I get to share exactly God's amazing creation of our bodies and how intricate and how amazing it works, but also share with them that, there is a part of my profession that helps with, exactly just, as I said, restoring God's perfect body. So it's been such a blessing. I've been very blessed that I know a lot of people through our church and through the community that come and see me at our office. So I'm very blessed that way. So I'm able to, and then what's great is that when you feel better, you share with others. So I feel like we've been so blessed that our patients will share with their, their churches and their communities. And I feel like our outreach is, exponential because of them. So it's amazing. It's amazing where we have come. It's hard to believe that with a blink of an eye, it's been like 23 years since we've been in practice. So, and 21 of them in our office here in Westlake. And but we've been so blessed to be able to reach so many people, so many women, so many, just, and children. And we, I feel like the world's limit, right?
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, for being with us here. Wouldn't you say, Dr. Anita, this has truly been a show that has not only gotten us straight in a couple of areas, but truly has aligned us to an understanding and to the benefit of chiropractic medicine and many of the modalities and offerings that you have at your office. Thank you so much for helping us to understand a bit more of what you offer, of what you do, and also linking that to the alignment of what we believe. I love how you talked about that in the last show, just about belief. Like, I love that. So as we get ready to head out today, Dr. Anita, was there anything else that you would like to share before we end?
Thank you so much, Dr. Ann. We truly appreciate you. And thank you, audience, for watching us and for being a part. And we pray that you start your ministry and finish your mission. God bless you. Until next time.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
You're invited. We want your face in the place. It is time for you to launch your business and or expand it. We are Ministry on Mission, and I am Dr. Tomesha Walker.
And I'm Dr. Anita Mckaney. And right here in the lovely city of Cleveland, Ohio, we will be hosting our very first Launching Leaders Conference. Hey, you, come on in. So what can attendees expect from the inaugural Ministry on Mission conference here in Cleveland?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. What you can get is going to be people that are coming nationally, internationally, that are sharing with us from trademarking to business beginnings to making sure that your digital media is up to date and where you need it to be. Those are just a few of the many things that we have available for you, including funding. Come on now.
Trademarking, LLC, incorporation, all of these things, including social media branding. Listen, you don't want to miss out. You want to be in the room for the Launching Leaders Conference.
Come on. From us here at Ministry on Mission, you have Dr. Tomesha
and Dr. Anita Mckaney.
So we're bringing you the Launching Leaders Conference, and you can get your ticket at ministryonmission.com. Yes, ministryonmission.com today. Go grab your ticket. Oh, if they're not all gone. If there's one there, get your ticket today. We want to see you in the room and have your face in the place October 21st and 22nd so that you can launch and blast off as the amazing entrepreneur that you are. Your business besties are here and ready to see you reach your goal and your business aptitude today.
Don't miss out. Tickets are flying away.